Hello and welcome, my friends, to an epic adventure. This is Bloons Monkey City. The road to round 100. Can we make it? Will we make it? Will we succeed in our quest to reach this utmost important level? I sure hope so. So why even get to level 100 in contested terror? That just seems silly, Chris. It's like not even worthwhile. Well, recently they added these new bonuses by getting to a certain round. If you get to round 30, you get a special thing. Round 40, round 50, round 75, and round 100, all the way up to round 100. You get a big chunk of bonus money and all this awesome stuff. I think you get up to about 70,000 free dollars just to getting around 100. That takes a long time to save up that much money. So in today's quest to reach that far, I have to talk about a few things. I wanted to talk about a few of my failed attempts at this. I wanted to talk about getting to 1,000 likes and what you guys will get from that. A little bit about the Temple of the Monkey God, which I know a lot of people get confused about. And then a few other random things about me, or stories about my life that you guys might enjoy. So first of all, a lot of failed attempts at this. Actually, no, well, let's talk about the likes first. If we can reach 1,000 likes on this video, I will make you guys an hour special of BTD Battles or Bloons Monkey City, yet to be decided by probably you guys, depending on what we get. But what I'm thinking is for all future videos, if we get 1,000 likes on any one of these videos, I will make an hour special for you guys. That includes if we get 1,000 likes on that battle special, I'll make another hour special for you home slices. So that is the plan. Hopefully we can get 1,000 likes and continue on getting 1,000 likes. And I think the main reason why I'm deciding to do this right now is I realize that I always ask you guys for likes, but sadly, I don't really give you guys anything besides the videos, even though I assumed and I hoped that you guys would really, just like my videos because I make good content. Maybe you guys need something extra special and bonus. I'll give you extra special content if you get that for me, if you get that 1,000 likes. Beyond that, yeah, I had a lot of failed attempts on this guy. It wasn't really as much my fault as it was the Flash player's fault. In fact, on this one, I thought I had another failed attempt. You guys will see a big, giant pause for pretty much no reason. Pretty darn quick up in this video. So this is actually on low quality, believe it or not. It's on low quality, which means it shouldn't lag quite as much as you might think. And I put the data on one infinite data, so the game can use as much data from my computer as it wants. So hopefully it will not stall out. But sadly enough, it does stall out eventually. And a lot of times your Flash player will crash for literally no reason. I use Firefox. I think that might be a little bit of the issue. I know that Chrome seems to be a little bit more successful on not failing all the time. But that's what's going on right there. There was probably 4 failed attempts where I spent about 20-30 minutes, getting up to a level 60, 70, somewhere in there, and then I would just, the game would just fail on me. So, again, really appreciating those likes if you guys want to do it for me. By the way, those were called milestone events. If you get to a certain round, they're the milestone, and you get just special stuff just for that, and on top of what you actually get for beating and getting to the highest level in contested territory compared to all your little friends on there. So we just got a Temple of the Monkey God, and you might be kind of confused, like, Chris, you had a bunch of random crap over there. Like, what the heck were you doing with that random crap? There was blade maelstroms in there. Like, that's not how you make a max temple. Could be, kind of, sort of. So the basic concoction that you need to put together to make a really, really, really good temple, and like what most people would consider like a good temple that will not lose you game, and most people will probably use this going to very, very high rounds, is $30,000 of 2 different types of things. It's either the cannon and the mortar, which is the one section. Either or, it doesn't matter which one. Cannon or mortar, $30,000 worth of them. And then $30,000 of any tower, whether it's snipers or ninjas or tack shooters or monkey aces or boats or monkey villages, anything you want to put in there, $30,000 of that. And then the 3 towers that you need to put $10,000 of each of them are ice, glue, and wizard. Now that is a fan-freaking-tastic tower, but a lot of people they might be saying, that's not the max temple. If you want to really make a max temple, you need to put $30,000 of the wizard, glue, and ice in there as well. But it really doesn't help very much. I don't recommend it at all. You're kind of just wasting money if you do that, especially on contested territory. It's actually kind of hard to afford all the things that you need. So here we go. Oh no, it's freezing on me. No, so I'm like, okay, screw it. We need to get rid of my iTunes right now. I was listening to some music while I was playing, quitting out of everything. Hopefully, for the love of monkeys, please do it for me. Come on, little monkeys, you can do it. They've done it. They've survived. The Flash player has not crashed. So far, so good. So that's really what the Temple of the Monkey God thing is. If you want to, $30,000 of everything. Otherwise, just $10K of most stuff and $30,000 of cannons. No matter what, always put $30K of cannons in there because that's the most important thing, obviously. So this one, as you can tell, I'm putting 30K of mortar. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. So we're in control of this thing. But check out these DDTs getting so mother effing far. Absolutely crazy. Luckily, we got 3 temples now. Hopefully, we can survive. I actually had to sell a few of my farms just to afford the Super Monkey, and so he didn't just absorb that $40,000 without getting anything out of it. It's better to just sell it. But we're surviving, and we're moving on. We're already halfway past where we want to get to, and now it's about that time where I'm going to spam these 4-2 spike factories. These guys are going to be spewing spikes all in the balloons' faces and just rocking them all. Alright, so we're doing pretty solid. Now it's going to get a little bit more on the boring side. With all these DDTs and everything, what is the basic rule on how you should do things? Well, there's 2 main abilities that you want to use for show. You obviously want the 2-4 ninja ability, and you want the mortar stall ability. And that's why you shouldn't use all of your mortars inside of the temples. You're actually better off using the cannons inside, because those abilities really, really help you out in allowing your temples to do more damage overall. So with all these mortars, I have a bunch of mortar stall abilities, and basically all I'm doing is I'm just ability spamming, basically, with the 2-4 ninjas and the mortar stalls. And you can also do a few other things if you want to, but not really recommended. Another thing that I'm starting to get up is a bunch of 4-2 snipers. If we get a bunch of 4-2 snipers, I actually put them in clusters of 3, put 1 on first, 1 on close, and 1 on strong. And I felt like that would stop the Oh My Gods enough, and hopefully stop the DDTs a little bit as well, just to keep them, at bay. But it doesn't really seem like they stall the DDTs very much, if at all. I'm not even sure if they do. But overall, we are surviving, we're moving on, and again, I think we need to start getting some more stuff out pretty darn soon. So let's start getting these 2-4 ninjas for sure. We've got a bunch of those 2-4 ninja abilities, and I keep moving on, chugging along. So I think it's about time for me to tell you guys some stories. I have actually I have 2 stories that I wanted to tell you guys, and I wanted to tell you guys one question that I get fairly often, which I don't think is that important of a question, but I get fairly often. I want to talk about a little bit, just for fun. So I want to tell you guys the times that I hurt people on accident, actually, for the most part, I would say. Not like the type of hurt where I'm like, break it up with my girlfriend, I don't like her, I'm just going to cheat on her, and blah, blah. No, not that type of hurt. I'm talking about the hurt where I actually, like, physically hurt somebody. And the first thing I want to say is I never have gotten in a fight, ever. I'm not that type of guy. I'm a pretty chill guy. Even if somebody got in my face, I would just be like, what do you want, man? Like, just leave me alone. I don't want to fight you. Even though I don't think of myself as a weak person or like that I would lose these fights. I might. I don't know. I've never been in one, so I don't have any experience. But fairly good wrestler, fairly strong. So I feel like I could hold myself up in most situations. But besides the point, I'm not a very confronting person. But when I was a kid, well, here's the first one. When I was a kid, I was playing basketball and I was chasing somebody down the court. And I guess somehow, like, when I stole the ball from him, he, like, tripped and he fell and he hit his head on the ground. And I just kept playing the game. I'm gotta take people down, do whatever I need to do to survive, to move on, to win. That's what I like to do. Anyways, I go and score a point after I stole the ball from him, and I look back, and he's laying on the ground with his hand on his mouth. He's like, oh, I'm like, uh-oh, what happened? And then I found out a little bit later on that he ended up chipping a tooth. So, is it my fault that happened? Partially. I don't really know exactly what happened. All I know is I stole the ball. I don't think I really pushed him or hit him or anything like that, and he chipped his tooth. I didn't know who the kid was. And then later on, about, I don't know, maybe like three years later or something like that, I actually ended up having somebody at my lunch table start talking about this event where somebody pushed them down to knock out their tooth. And I was like, uh-oh. What was that during basketball? What team were you on? And I'm like, uh-oh, that was me. So I guess somehow it turned into like me thinking like, oh, he just kind of fell and tripped or whatever. Into I don't know if he was lying or like what was going on, or he actually thought somebody pushed him. Actually thought that I pushed him down, but he said that the person pushed him down. So I guess maybe that could have happened. Maybe I did. Maybe I knocked somebody's tooth right on out. That's how boss I am. No, I'm just joking. It's never good to hurt people. Anyways, the second time that I hurt somebody pretty bad, this one was the sad one, guys. This one was really sad. I felt really bad about this, in kind of a weird way. So we just reached 75 3/4 of the way there. Let's keep pushing on, keep moving on to take down these evil Bloons. Getting pretty crazy, as you can plainly tell. We're still trying to build up our money, by the way. So the second time I hurt somebody pretty bad was during gym class in my sophomore year of high school. Actually, no, my junior year of high school, excuse me. We were playing softball. Softball's not a very crazy sport, right? So anyways, I had this kid named Matt in my class, which nobody really liked him. He was kind of like the guy he played football, and he was the type of guy in football where he actually tried really, really hard, but he was just not good. Like, everybody kind of made fun of him. They're like, they knew him as the person who was just like bad at the sport and just tried really, really hard, and just he would never play in a real game. He's like on the football team, but he'd never actually play in a game. So, we were playing softball, and I was playing center field, and he was playing in the left field. And anyways, one of the balls started going. Somebody hit a kind of a long fly ball, and we were both kind of running towards it. I don't really notice. I'm just like, gotta catch the ball, gotta catch the ball. I'm a fast kid. I'm like, I gotta get that thing. I'm very, very competitive. I want to win my game. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna catch that ball. So I keep running. I run and run. I go and I try and catch the ball. It's in my hands, and boom, we smash into each other. So I dropped the ball. It was in my hands, by the way. And I dropped the ball. When you run into somebody running at full speed, things can turn out bad. So anyways, what I do is I'm being the competitive person I am. I'm like, I gotta get this ball in. So I literally pick up the ball, and I whip it in, get him out at second base. Pretty solid, right? I start walking back to my position. All of a sudden, I look back and I see the other kid on the ground, and I'm like, uh-oh. So everybody's like, coach, like to the teacher. He's hurt. So I'm like, uh-oh, what did I do? I'm like, I'm sorry, and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he had to get wheelchaired off of the field. Wheelchaired, and like in front of everybody, in front of like not just our gym class, but like several gym classes. So he got wheelchaired off, and then after that happened, people were congratulating me. They were like, nice job, you hurt Matt, like, oh, and I was like, no, I don't want to get congratulated. Even the next day, people were like, dude, remember when you hit that kid? You hurt him? And I'm like, yeah, like, I know, I feel bad about it. And they're like, no, it was awesome. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess. 'Cause I'm a pretty nice person. I wouldn't want to hurt people like that. Anyways, he came into the gym class next day in crutches. Like, I hurt him that bad. I felt so bad about it. I don't know how I hurt him. I think like our knees hit each other or something, and I hit his in a weird spot. But again, I just felt really, really bad about it. But like I said, everybody was congratulating me, and you know what? Even though I didn't want to feel good about it, like it almost made me feel good that I hurt this kid. That all these people were doing that, like, and trying to say those things to me. But nonetheless, again, hurting people is bad. So that was pretty much like the main 2 times I hurt people. Of course, everybody hurts other people every once in a while, especially if it's on accident, if you're friends or something like that. You messing around with them. Everybody probably has that one friend that hurts people a lot. That's my one friend, Tim. Oh, snap, does he hurt people all the freaking time. He's just like, he breaks things, he hurts people. It's just like, it's just in his nature to do that. The next one is a question that I get. What would I do if I was famous? If I was famous, what would I do? Well, first of all, I don't think I'm famous. I think some people think like, oh, Chris, you're definitely famous, right? Like, you got 100,000 subscribers. You're famous, man. No, I don't think of myself as famous. I've never had anybody in real life ever actually come up to me and say like, oh, you're the YouTuber, right? Like, never. Never had that happen. Never heard. I've only had like one person ever say they've seen me in real life, and they just did nothing about it. But no, I don't think I'm famous. If I was famous, I would be completely the same. I would not change at all. I would just be a chillax, nerdy guy who likes to make Bloons CD videos. That's pretty much it, and like to play video games. As simple as that. I don't think I would ever get full of myself or anything like that. The next question, or the next story I want to tell you guys about a little bit about was the time that there was a very ridiculous storm at work. I think it was a tornado. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was a tornado because it wasn't a tornado at there, but it was very, very similar to a tornado being there. Anyways, all I really remember is that they're like, put the cover on the dumpster. It's getting windy out there. So we run outside. Me and my friend Joe, who we work together, we're trying to put the cover on the dumpster. We're tying it down. It's starting to pour, like ridiculous pouring. Wind is like pushing us around. Like the wind is really strong, like 40, 50 mile per hour gusts. Anyways, we're doing that. All of a sudden we hear a giant explosion. The transformer explodes on the light pole, around the electric poles. The transformer actually exploded because the wind was getting so brutal and like messing with the electrical lines or whatever. So the transformer explodes, make a giant thing. We're trying to clean everything up because I'm looking at a flower shop in a greenhouse, like made of glass and plastic, like not very good for a tornado. And I'm trying to run around closing all the windows because it's in the middle of summer. It's all hot out. You had to open all the windows and everything. Everything's getting absolutely ridiculous. The dust is just crazy, blowing stuff all over, blowing into my eyes. And I'm like trying to protect the plants and everything. Running through, closing all the doors. A pallet legit got like picked up and thrown against the wall. I was like, oh no! I'm still running around trying to figure everything out. And all I remember is that everybody was like, dude, Chris, you're crazy, you're outside in that storm. Keep in mind, it was all raining and like, ridiculous. They're like, why were you even like out there? I wouldn't have been doing anything out there. I'm like, gotta save the plants, man. I'm the hero. I'm the hero of today. So I was. It was kind of ridiculous, but we ended up surviving. There wasn't a tornado, but there was 70 to 8. I think it was, according to the news, 70 to 90 mile per hour winds. And to me, I don't know, that just felt absolutely ridiculous, especially because there was no tornado there. It was 100 mile per hour winds almost with no tornado. Ridiculous. So that was my like almost a tornado at work thing. I got completely soaked. I was literally dripping from my head to my feet. My shoes were even soaked. That's how bad it was. But moving on here, we're on round 98. We're almost to round 100. Absolutely crazy, guys. Could we make it? Will we survive this final level? We've got 5 delicious temples. We've got a bunch of 4-2 monk aces. We've got so many 2-4 ninjas using the abilities as fantastic as we could possibly use them. We've also got 2-4 monkey villages to defeat these evil balloons. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's been kind of a pattern lately. There's been a bunch of DDTs mixed with a bunch of random Zomagods and stuff like that come out right at the beginning of the level. And then, by the time you get to the end of the level, it's just a bunch of Zomagods all piled up. And you have to hope that you have enough stuff to pop these Zomagods. And it looks like we have made it to round 100. But we have not beat round 100. This is where it's going to get absolutely crazy. Could we take them down? We got to use all of our abilities absolutely stupendously. Come on, guys, we can do it. Round 100 is all. It's what you've all been waiting for. Come on, you stupid DDTs. Come on, you stupid mobs. They're getting really far, and it looks like we could maybe take them all down. There's still a bunch of Zomagods getting all the way down to our 4-2 spike factories, and it looks like if those mobs get through the 4-2 spike factories, they will just run right through. The balloons will not get popped. But it looks like we have done it. Round 100. We've succeeded. We are the champions, my friends. So there it is, round 100 of contested territory. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, again, please throw some likes down there. I do appreciate those. Share the video if you like it. Share it with your friends. Do all that cool stuff. And you guys can watch me lose on round 101. Which, by the way, I did try on round 101, but I didn't try nearly as hard and like micro quite as hard as I did on the previous levels. I kind of just left it on sped up mode. So this is, by the way, like regular speed right now. And now I'm putting on fast mode, but this is not sped up at all. This is like me actually playing the game. So check out how fast these guys really are. Not sped up. Look how fast they are. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's ridiculous. Oh, man. Oh, man. And we are going to get defeated by the DDTs. The DDTs are going to run right through with using all my stuff and everything. So that's going to be all I'm going to have for you guys today. If you guys like the video, again, throw a like down there. I do appreciate those. Thanks for watching. Have a super duper delicious day.